This is George Boston Rhynes, a wrongfully terminated, untrained, and ignored sporting goods department manager for over 3 years and 7 months. I don't want to be a repeater. I don't want to be redundant, but I want you, the American people, to understand that I have presented enough evidence for Walmart to at least respond to me. But this only shows how they undoubtedly treat their workers. And you can only imagine how many other people have been treated the same way. But let's get to the point of me trying to clarify to you once again. Here is where I was appointed department manager at store number 2615 in Valdosta, Georgia. This is a document. This proves that I was the department manager of sporting goods. You've seen this document before, but I want you to get a better understanding of it because I want everybody in the world to know that what I speak is the truth. This was the first week of training, Department 9, and of course that is Sporting Goods Department. This right here, it says associate, they put their name, hire date, they put the date, assistant manager, in this case it would have been Frank Summerlin, he would put his name there. Then it gives the responsibilities. The associate, that would be me. Whoever my sponsor was, if I had one. The trainer and assistant manager, and of course Walmart personnel associate. That's the person that works in personnel to verify that this training was carried out as it was planned by Wal-Mart Stores Incorporated. This is page 2 of 8. And it says, with your assistant manager training, help locate and print the following information. In other words, they wanted the stuff printed from the wire because they knew that this was a requirement by Walmart. Okay? Here again, date, associate's initials, and assignment. And it tells you what to do. Down here, it states the objectives. It tells you where to go to the CBL modules to get this information. The first week of training calls for, and it talk about on-the-job training. This is week 1. You put a date here, and it says people and policies. The trainer, assistant manager, trainer's initials, and of course my initials as department manager. Now, everything that's on this form, everything that is listed on this form, have a place to be dated and initialed off on. It tells you about coaching, about walking around, coaching for improvement, coaching for success, open door communication, sun rule, 3 basic beliefs, respect for the individual, dress code policy for your position, 10-foot rule, and etc., etc. And every item was to be dated, initials of the highly paid assistant managers or trainer, and of course I was to initial off in all of these blocks. All these blocks was required to be initialed off on. And we even supposed to go to they referenced the wire on the other side of it, which was on the internet. Okay? Date, store system managers or trainers' initials, my initials, the same thing again right here on all these items. Tell you about the tails on, how to do your smart system, deal with smart systems, all of this, date, initials, my initials, and of course all of this training for the first week of the Wal-Mart Sporting Goods Department Manager's training. This is a 4-week training program. Okay, still in week 1. Date, initials, and my initials. Now, look, this is what I talk about in so many of my clips that I want you all to clearly understand. When I asked Wal-Mart to produce me just one little piece of evidence to show wherein I initialed off, that's what I'm talking about right there. See all those blanks right there? That's where I'm supposed to initial off and date. But Wal-Mart never gave me this training. Yet, store manager Hal terminated me under the heading of inability to perform job. Here again, the same thing. Now let me rush right through for the benefit of time. This was the last page. In other words, this is 1 of 8 pages. 1 of 8. And of course, that's week 1. Week 2 of Wal-Mart Department Manager's Training, which is a required process. Here again, responsibilities, associate, it tell you what the responsibilities are. It's well defined. Now, Wal-Mart could treat me like this. Just imagine how many other people, and for them to be so boldly in the way they treated me. Look at here. It tell you about the objectives, and down here, of course, at the bottom, date, initials. Frank Summerlin supposed to initial on every aspect of training, and then I initial. Then, of course, the next page, same thing. The bottom, the top one says people and policy. The bottom, risk control, loss prevention. Now, I was never trained on these things, but some of them I did, and I think I did a pretty darn good job. That's not the point. The point is that they terminated me on the inability to perform job without any training. Not one sheet of this required mandatory training can Wal-Mart produce that George Rhynes ever completed, or that any trainer at Wal-Mart ever gave me as department manager. Yet they can terminate me by playing their little game of inability to perform job. Okay, that is the 5th page of 8 pages of the 2nd week of training. And of course, like I said in all my earlier clips, date, the risk trainers, and my initials. Now, it was required for me to initial off on these in the same manner that you sign off on the 623. But Frank Summerlin, store manager Hal, and co-manager Andy undoubtedly knew what they had planned for me, and that was to get rid of me. I have no other explanation for why you would not train someone. See, I was a manager in the military, and I made sure that my people was trained. I made that sure that I treated all of them fairly. I didn't give training to one sergeant or airman and failed to give it to another one. I didn't do that. Now, you talk about the back room. They gave me coaching letters for not doing price changes, about doing the back room, but look at there. That's a back room. They never trained me on doing the back room. They never trained me on even doing a pick list. And there is not one piece of documentation that they can show where I initial off on any of these blocks, dated, or have my trainer to verify that they trained me. Not one piece of document. I asked President Duke and Chairman Glass to produce 1 page, not 5, just 1, where I signed off on any of these requirements. And I would publicly apologize to Wal-Mart. But they refused. And I know why. And before I finish, you gonna know too. Here again, this is page 8 of 8, the last page. Here again, this is dealing with fishing laws and regulation, all the stuff that I did. Yes, I did it. But they never trained me on it. And when they wrote me up on some of these things, they never trained me on. I did a pretty good job without training. Wouldn't you say? And a lot of people that worked at Wal-Mart knew that I was pretty damn good. Date, trainer's initials, and of course my initials. And by the way, I forgot to show you. down here at the bottom, it says, please sign in the appropriate space. Do not sign unless all items above are initialed and dated by the specific associate responsible for your training. That means the associate supposed to sign here. Let me get it where you can see it. I want you all to be thoroughly clear that Brother Rhynes knows what I'm talking about and that I'm doing it right. Associate supposed to sign here. That's what they were called for. The assistant manager supposed to sign here. The personnel associate supposed to sign here. And of course the store manager supposed to put dated, completed right here. And then they say at the bottom, congratulations. Today you have completed the second week of your Department 9 Managers Management Training. You are now ready to proceed to week 3 of your training plan. Can you catch it? Now, let me regress. Let me back up a little bit. But I want to make it all clear to you. Look, the first week at the end, look, please sign. The same thing, okay, so that's 2 sheets of document. Supposed to be signed by the associate, assistant manager, personnel associate, and of course the completion date. And this, when I tell you all that I was not trained and that they cannot produce one piece of paper showing that I was trained, well, this is what I'm talking about. Now, I've shown you week 1, week 2, and of course this is week 3. This week 2. Week 3. Okay, now week 3. The same thing, look at that. Week 3, okay? All right, let's take a look at week 3. Well, there's really no need looking at week 3 because I think I've proven my point. And the point is that somebody apparently is just playing a game. They think that I guess that I'm going to be like the rest of the workers. Let people beat them all upside the head and then I say, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. No, I'm sorry, I'm not the one. Here again, the cover letter explains what you're supposed to do. Look, the objective down here. Let me push it up so you can see it. There we go again with these same dates. System manager's signature. Initials and my initials showing that I have been trained and that they've taken me to the wire, showed me where it is found on the wire, so I can go back and study it if I need it. But guess what? Store manager Hal, and I can only ask how many other people have been terminated, how many people's in position that have never been trained. It's a game. Look. This is 3rd week. Training plan, 3rd week, Department 9 Manager. Here again, date, personnel trainer, my initials, and of course, it got each area of training. I'm supposed to initial. These lines here is not here for nothing. I'm supposed to initial off on these. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And of course it showed the wire. It showed the policy that Wal-Mart designed. I didn't create this form. I didn't create it. And of course over here, policy PD 30. All of this is Wal-Mart's doing. I didn't do it. They had this before I started working at Wal-Mart. And of course now we're going to 4. Date, assistant manager's training initials, my initials. Here again, on all of this training. But guess what? Now this is dealing with merchandise. But guess what? They never trained me. And they know it. And yet they ignore me. Even though I'm showing it to the American people and the people in China, Germany, and around the world. And I'm glad that it's spreading on the internet. I'm finding out that news stations now are picking up on my videos. And I want you to know I appreciate it. That's what I want. I want the world to know the truth. When I think about when I used to work at Wal-Mart, saw people walking, they was fired, and they walk out crying. I didn't understand it then. But when they fired me for inability to perform job, I began to understand it a little better then. Now this is week 3. Look, I gotta be, oh my goodness. I got to wipe this now. Look at all those blinds there. Comp review on exceptions. They never train label change exceptions, negative hands-on exceptions, They didn't train me. I had to go across to every other department manager and call other stores trying to learn something because they didn't teach me a damn thing. Nothing. Yet they gonna terminate me. Store manager, hey, I'm gonna terminate me without giving me this training. And if those 3 workers at Walmart got fired for taking a gun away from a customer and they say he violated policy, then why is store manager Hal? Why is store manager Hal? Why is co-manager Andy? I think he might be a store manager now. Why is Andy still working at Walmart and I'm not? When I tried to do what was right. And I'm gonna tell you all a lot more. I haven't even started to talk yet. I haven't begun to show you. I haven't started to show you what I have in my archival record. And look down here. All initials, no initials. All I asked Mr. Duke and Mr. Glass and Board of Directors to do is just show me one sheet of paper where I initial off on any of these. Look, all these initials. Oh, look, last page. Here we go again. It say, please sign in the appropriate space. Here we go again. Every week of training. This is what I say, y'all. Every week of training, at the end of every week, we supposed to sign. And then they congratulate you. I read this one too. Today you have completed the 3rd, blah, blah. You already know that. You see. So, let's go to the last week. This is the 4th week of training now. This is the 4th week, okay? Y'all please follow me. Brother Rhynes just wants you all to know the truth. I want you all to know why our Walmart should be overwhelmed with membership. And if any company in America, in my most humble opinion, need a union, it's Walmart. It's Walmart. The way Walmart mistreat their workers. And who could have a person to retire from the military, have their own business for 14 years, be respected in the community, former president NAACP, on and on and on. Who but a God could set up something like this? Who but God? Who could do such a thing? Except God. God is tired of Walmart workers going through what they're going through. And you know, a lot of stuff I've sent it to the Congressional Black Caucus. I have it posted on different websites for elected officials about Georgia at-will to work law. And seems like nobody cares. I guess Walmart got too much money. Or just maybe they've greased too many palms. Or maybe there's too many people in the slick and in the cliques and among the slicks. Now look, this is the 4th week. You get more in detail now. CBL modules, tell you about modules. Now they got me one time talking about I didn't know how to set up a module. I didn't set it up right. Well, hell, anybody that worked in that department, you go ask the system managers and even some, they didn't know what to do. I did a pretty darn good job and proud of it. But yet they fire me, terminate me, inability to perform job, as if though I'm just supposed to go somewhere and hide. No, I think they used me as a scapegoat. I believe there was more wrong that went down in that store. The lady over in the fabrics and crafts told me, Joy, don't take that laying down. Well, she want me to do some. Anyway, I'm gonna get into that. But anyway, I try to be right. The military taught me that. Oh, this is the 4th week of training. Here again, a date. I tell you about the front end, 4-star cash program, create job button, and just go all the way down to tell you what you need to know in order to be a department manager. And if they're not gonna train you to be a department manager, why in the heck did they give me this form making me a department manager? They knew they wasn't gonna train me. Why did they have me to sign this? And Lynn Roberts signed this, and Frank Summerlin. See right there? I don't know if you can see him. See, Lynn Roberts was. Let me show you. Lynn Roberts right there, and Frank Summerlin. Now, Lynn Roberts and Frank Summerlin and Shannon was the one who gave me some of the administrative action that they took against me, knowing that I hadn't been trained. And yet they were the one who signed me department manager. Why in the hell did they make me a department manager if I wasn't qualified? If I wasn't capable of doing it, why did they give me the dang position? But anyway, that's the form. And this is what they failed to give me. Okay? And they didn't initial off on it because I was never assigned a trainer. And I'm sure as heck not crazy. I know when I signed something, and they didn't sign nothing either because they never entered me into the program like everybody else in the United States of America and perhaps around the world, in Germany, China, and who knows where else. Look at here. Once again, all these blanks right here. Boom, boom, boom. Pick list. smart terminal label, seasonal guide, back room again. Because this is a recap of the other 3 weeks. And they didn't give me none of it. Yet they gonna, store manager Hale gonna fire me under the heading of inability to perform the job. I think it's a damn shame myself. I don't know what you think. Y'all excuse me, but just trying to make my point. Look at here. Same thing. Date, trainer's initials, my initials, and right on down. High shrink department, profit worksheet. I ain't know about no shrink SWAS report. They didn't train me. They didn't know no junk like that. Yet they stick me in a position. I had to go around and didn't even have a tails on. I had to borrow tails on from electronics when I could get it to do price changes and to do labels on flagged item, and then they get me to, you ain't flagging your item. How in the heck can I flag my items when they didn't give me a tails on that work? And then in the sporting goods department, once you pass the center of the store, your gun didn't even work. How many more people that have to put up this every day? Every day. Oh, I want the people to know the truth, y'all. Only reason I'm doing it because I'm tired of seeing God's children suffering and don't even have an open door. You write the home office about your complaint, that's the worst thing you can do. Next thing you do, you out the door. And you talk about a union? Wal-Mart should have been unionized. Since they won't do nothing for their people. Stay up there and play games with you. That's all they do, play games. And they can try to sue me and say I'm lying. In fact, I'm waiting for somebody to really do that. I can prove everything I'm saying. I wouldn't say it if I couldn't do that. Most people that know me, they know what I do. And that's why I'm showing you all, because I want you to know. Now we're getting ready to close this out. This is the last sheet. Register operations. Look at that. The last sheet says customer service, CSM trainers initials. In other words, this is an area here that, let me read this to you. Partner with a CSM on the front end to complete the appropriate register operations training. Operator training. Dig that. See, the CSM. Ask any assistant manager who was my trainer. Ask the CSM who's supposed to initial off on this, and you can't find it because it didn't happen. And that's why Walmart they won't respond to me. And they see I'm presenting this so clearly to the American people and the world until they don't know what to do. All they got to do is do what's right. That's all. Look at here. Down here at the bottom. Look at here. Same thing. Signature, mine, system manager, my trainer, personnel, the person that works in personnel, and then the date it was completed. You see, but they can't put no date when it completed because I never started it. I never started it. And so that's the way it is. Wait a minute. Oh, don't go nowhere. One more. Look. This is a recap of everything that I just showed you, okay? Okay? Look at that. See that? Look. Associate's name, system manager's name, hire, job, code, change, date. Look. Complete the following lessons within 7 days of the training period. Now, in other words, this comes 7 days later. What am I supposed to do? Go through all this to make sure that I understand those weeks of training. Look at that. First week, second week, third week, and of course, fourth week. Now, but look at here, y'all. Look here. Mr. Duke. Mr. Glass. Let me show you this again. I showed it you before on some more, but let me show you again. Look. Mr. Duke, President Duke of Wal-Mart, and board of directors, look. You know we got about 15 people on the board of directors. Y'all please watch this board of directors members. I want you to see this now. I showed you where all those, Walmart should have been, it was serious, I believe, at one time about what they was doing. It just, they didn't like me or something. I don't know what it was. Or maybe they don't like military veterans, maybe. Maybe they don't like veterans. That may be what it is. Maybe they don't like veterans who got all outstanding, excellent performance. Oh, I've got to tell you, I'm going to show you all those too. I'm going to show you every one of my performance reports. I'm going to show you those too. I make a promise to you. I told you earlier, and I'm going to stand by that. Now, look. Date. All these. Look, can you see that? Look. All the, look, date. Assistant manager's initials, Frank Summerlin, y'all. Frank Summerlin, he's still working there, y'all. He's still working there. Store manager Hal, he's still working there. Now, if they could fire them 3 workers for not following procedures, why the store manager Hal still working? He didn't require his assistant manager to do this. And right here, look at there. I'm supposed to sign, Trina's supposed to sign, and I'm supposed to complete the day. And look at this statement. Mr. Duke, Mr. Glass, and Board of Directors, here's what it says. I acknowledge that I have completed each task as outlined in my detailed job specific training plan. Signing this acknowledgement and not completing all tasks assigned in a training plan is falsification of a company record and may result in termination of employment. Hell, they terminated me anyway. And they didn't even do what they were supposed to do. And so the story goes. And you tell me that our Wal-Mart, the organization called our Wal-Mart, is not good for the people that work at Wal-Mart. I believe that our Wal-Mart will be the only thing that could possibly help get Wal-Mart workers out of the hellhole that they are in, unless some good union come along, or unless the federal government create a law so workers cannot be fired, as it is in the state of Georgia, thanks to our legislators, for good cause, bad cause, or for no cause at all. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. That means your children, your grandchildren, your mother, your father can be fired, and your employer don't even have to tell you why you was terminated. Yet we go and make Wal-Mart richer and richer and richer, and now they're cutting back on health care. People don't even have to get 24 hours a week or 40. It just don't make sense. And the people that's working at Wal-Mart 2615 and 899, I can talk about these. I heard other people talk around the nation in their various locations how the people are so afraid and how Wal-Mart comes strike out at them and will even terminate you if they just think that you're talking to somebody that's involved with a union. They tell you, shh, 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 you happy. Go bury your head in the sand like the legend concerning the ostrich bird and pretend that you're still in heaven. Or pretend that Sam Walton is still here and he cares about you and you still catching hell. It is ridiculous that our elected officials in the United States of America, and then they wonder why people are under so much stress. Not only Wal-Mart. I'm getting complaints now, and people now are hitting me up on the internet telling me about Lowe's and others. KVCI, blogspot.com, YouTube, Boston G.B.R. We gonna come back, and I'm gonna show you every performance report that I had in the United States Armed Forces. I want you to see just how incapable your little brother is from the sticks of South Georgia. Peace be unto you. Bye-bye.